The rambling man continues to ramble as he notices a pattern between videos as of late. I complain about things I would have done differently on Kim Ji-hoon's payroll, then I suspect where on the current wording things might go wrong. Good to know this is enough to be recognized as one of the important people here on Limbus Company, because our director has bestowed upon me one of his greatest honors and horrors: to behold and suffer from his best bugs. This has nothing to do with the footage at the background, by the way. I'm just reminding that I suck at video games as much as at video making. So I went to Mirror Dungeon, as you would at least 3 times a week, and brought a Tremor team with me, and had a good time farming this achievement. This means going to floor 10, and at that particular time I have forgotten to turn on all of the Starlight buffs, but hey, nothing I haven't done last season. And as I'm about to wrap up with a relaxing Sancho fight to stall me with face changes, something caught my attention to the point I have made a screenshot. Can you guess what's wrong with it? As far as I know, there is no way to trigger aptitude entanglement outside of the combat phase, and at the end of it, turn end, superposition goes away and turns into a normal tremor. There is one ego gift that can entangle outside of combat, but it only affects allies. There is no normal way to preserve superposition between turns, and yet here I am.
How did this happen?
The culprit is way too obvious too. Sancho's face changes don't call a turn end event, which is supposed, among other things, to flush superposition off of tremor. If you don't know what an event is in the context, it's a programming thing. It stores methods to call them all at once. What is a method? It's a subroutine in a high-level programming language. What is a subroutine? It's a block of code meant to be reused in many places. What does anything of this have to do with tremor not super unimposing itself? Because I'm working off my received nickname, that's what. Anyway, later I have decided to run a team around this season's highlight identity. What's a way for a warlord or a ruler to project his power and demonstrate the vastness of his wisdom and riches? To show off his private zoo, of course. So I went to extremes of Mirror Dungeon, willing to get the other achievement, got ego gift after ego gift after ego gift, and because I'm stupid and mishandled my floor rewards and ego gifts, on floor 13 I have died of cringe. Baffled, I tried again and set off Honglu's Tears of Tarnished Blood ego early on, so I can have a nice retaliation, and through the power of passive I would get to keep the Lord. The moment came, turn ended, ego went off, and it went off again, and Honglu decided that what Hongyan needs is for his Lord to have an expiration date of yesterday's milk, and then died of cringe.
How did this happen?
This one is just a little bit more complicated, isn't it? Main culprit behind skill duplications, which is notorious to the point where interactions with it are explicitly silenced, cannot duplicate a multi-coin skill. That means Rusty in Rusty Commemorative Coin's name refers to its eyesight because it cannot see more than one skill on an ego tap. Sees the first skill, sees it has 1 coin and lets ego through. Arknight's ego for Gregor has no reuse clauses on both skills, even though without set clause on the first skill, having it on the second means jack shite. But your honor, objection! My client couldn't have committed that crime because this very turn a different skill has been duplicated. Rusty commemorative coins would have been already spent!
눈부시지 않다고 두려워하지 마라.
Tisk tisk. Defense, you're not a clown, you're a piece of a clown. According to this properly updated autopsy report, your client has failed to duplicate a skill during the next turn. Yes! Rusty commemorative coins trigger a sword's used before Ego has activated!
No way!
As a result, we're dealing with two culprits this time. Ego going off after Rusty commemorative coin is reset for the next turn, and Rusty commemorative coin itself not checking the actual skill passed to be activated. Obviously, passive of the Lord isn't ready to protect him from death twice, and on the second use lets him perish. And believe it or leave it, I'm still not done rambling. Now, near the end of the script, I do. What will I do? I will tell a spoiler! In the next series video of False Fumo, there will be a statement that Calcit heals less than Fluid Sac. That's it, that's a spoiler. It's roughly 2 times more wasteful than Fluid Sac, and way too few give a shit about how exactly I've made the fuck up this number. Oh, almost forgot. So with the collab going in 1 month and out of the other, we suddenly have a status of Expo called now. This is how you get toxic entitlement, because now I have to demand for Rhyme Shank Ego to be included in the list to receive the update fight. But it's a TS, late in the TS Ego, just wait up and more you want enemies will be bravers. Shut up and make having sinking and bind extra conditions for cultivating stick. Your lack of ingenuity fills me with contempt. Speaking of, I also want to ramble about Encore Pyoshu having skill 4, which very blatantly belongs somewhere else. But I do guess I'm supposed to let it slip because the Lord have commanded so by doing the same. The difference is, the skill the Lord gives is a more general purpose, meanwhile that other one... Yep. Honestly surprised team at Project Moon put up a safeguard to not scan this skill into Encore Pyoshu's kit and make her deploy the identity out of nowhere. Okay.